Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm AxionEvolved, and today we have a plan. We actually have a plan this time, and the plan is simple. But before I get started, I just want to thank you guys. I know I've said I have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I put it out there, and I'm putting it out there again in this video, and you guys have just absolutely been smashing that subscribe button. I can't thank you guys enough. And we're over halfway there. We broke 500, and then we just kept on rolling. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going and get this channel up to 1,000 by the end of the year. Because I have no doubt in this community. You guys have blown me away time and time again. So thank you all for the support, and let's hop right into this. All right. So there's a few things I want to get done this episode. Number one, last time we got some iron set up, I've, in between episodes, been hand feeding iron. If you look down here, like I've got 217 bars. We've got about 89 iron gears. We've been doing a little work. You know, I'm over here, I'm running, I'm hustling. I'm coming up here, I'm dropping off or grabbing bars, throwing them into the gears. Like it's been a process, right? And so I want to get at least some kind of smelting going for this. But what is that going to require, right? Well, we've already got basic smelters. That's easy. We can do that. The only problem is iron is below, I want to say 75 meters. I know one of you guys is going to know the actual thing. Just let me know down in the comments. What is the depth? After a certain depth, Minox will start to spawn. And what do Minox do? They'll just sit on your belts. And as this ore comes by, they'll just eat it. It'll make it disappear. It won't get to your smelters. You effectively don't have it. And then that will make, I don't see any hive anywhere close. But basically, the hive mines will start kind of growing because of that. I know there's some like out in that direction, but those will basically grow bigger and bigger and bigger, working their way towards your base. So we don't want that to happen, which means we will need some defense, right? So I've got the materials. I think I'm only going to make one. I think we only need one turret. One turret should cover the entire range for where Minox will spawn compared to where our iron extracting is taking place. So that's one thing I want to do. I'll probably put the smelter somewhere over there. No harm, no foul. Another thing, you'll notice these look a little reconfigured, right? So we got copper, tin, like what's going on? Well, that tin deposit just straight ran out. It's gone. So luckily I found one slightly farther over here. So now our tin's coming down here, but you're going to know something else, right? Whoa, battery empty. What's going on over here? Whoa, batteries empty. We have a power issue, and a pretty big power issue. Like, we're not able to really generate power at the scale we need to smelt effectively and extract effectively. Well, I say that, but the reality is our laser energy transmitters just can't hang. They suck. Even with, and I don't have enough diamond focusing lenses to keep everything fed. So I've unlocked these guys, but you can see we only get 1.5 max transfer per second. And if we look at our extractors down here, we see they use about, I mean, they should be okay. Oh, I don't even have a drill motor in there that way. So 0.94 power per second. So if I double that, that's almost 2 power per second, which we just straight up don't have. We can't support that. So if we take a little look-see here, we can't get this without charged lithium coils. So part of the things I want to do, I found a lithium deposit. It exists, and I want to get power down to it, kind of similar to what we've done with iron, and get that at least processing so that I can hand process the lithium, so I can at least start this process to upgrade our infrastructure. At some point, so again, if you missed it in the first episode, the mobs in this world are all set to trivial difficulty because I'm not really building this as a challenge world. I'm building it more as like I just want to build world, right? So at some point we can put some lasers and stuff up to stop the attacks whenever those come. I don't even have a threat sensor. I'm honestly not worried about it. If it happens, it happens, and we'll deal with it when that happens, right? So that's kind of the two things. Automate iron, relatively speaking, and get lithium plumbed up. So for that, I know we're going to need like a bunch of these.
Crafting.
Maybe 10. Do I have any I don't have any batteries. So I'll need to find a spot where I can get a battery. I'm thinking this is just gonna this is just gonna work, right? So let's move this. I gotta have it on my hotbar somewhere, right? It would be crazy if I didn't. There we go. All right, so we'll just do like that number, and then hoppers. There we go. Okay, so that'll be remove only, and then we'll just do add only right here, right? And then we'll just add another little belty boy there. All right, so that should do its thing. Did I pick up any ore? Oh, I did. Ugh. I hate having ore on me. I'll have to kind of watch that. So anyway, so that is not all I've been doing in between episodes. You'll notice there's kind of a lot more flat ground around. And I think I'm kind of slowly discovering what I want to do in terms of design, right? So over here, I've kind of started to flatten out an area, and you'll kind of see all this rock. I'm not too concerned with the aesthetics of this part just yet. What I'm going to end up doing, right? I think I'm going to utilize this hole right here as kind of an entrance to our factory, like our mega factory, right? And so what that means is at some point, at some depth that I figure out, I'm just going to kind of have a wall made out of one of these, I don't know, one of these nice bricks down here. I don't know, maybe grooved cement or something. We'll kind of take a look and see what looks fancy, right? But one of these is just going to go that way. It's just going to be like a front wall. And this will be the start, the front wall of our mega factory. The factory that we're going to produce kind of everything we possibly can. Well, I say everything we possibly can. We'll see exactly how much stuff we end up automating. But yeah, I'm basically going to start it here, and it's just going to go back. So I'll be clearing out all that stuff. I'm only going to go up so high, maybe 10 blocks at most. So anything above 10 blocks is just going to stay. So that means if we're going through mountains and stuff, and they're higher than 10 blocks, we're just going to leave it, because I think that looks really cool. I want it to look like it's kind of integrated into the terrain. And that's kind of the overall look we're going to go for. We'll obviously figure out the details in a future episode once we actually get to building on all that. But how are you going to feed that factory, right? So here is where that tin deposit was, the first one. You can see it's all cleared out and there's some stuff missing. Well, I want to present to you something else I've been working on, which is this kind of tunnel right here. Now, what purpose is this tunnel going to serve? Well, my goal, my kind of plan was, and you see we're at negative 10 meters up at the top. I installed the GPS, which kind of gives you all your XYZ coordinates, Y being depth in this case. So my plan was from this line, so you see where it's kind of opened up, from this that way, from this in the the positive Z direction, I want this to be like the smelting floor. I want this to be able to handle all the ore that we're going to throw at this game or throw at this base, right? And that's gonna accomplish and be responsible for a couple things, right? So right now we're grabbing ore directly, and we're gonna have to do that for the foreseeable future until we can get quarries, and even then we'll probably still have to supplement. So I want all the raw ore, all the raw smeltable materials to be coming over to what we're going to build over here as much as possible to get turned into bars. And then all those bars as an aggregate are all going to collect together and use this tunnel to make its way to the mall, so to speak, right? To the factory. And we can travel quickly this way, right? So roughly over here, I'm above that area that you saw before where it kind of changed color. So this is going to be where all of this stuff filters up, and I've made it like 9 by 9, so that should be plenty of space. You know, once we get, I don't know if we're going to do matter movers or tubes or what yet. It kind of depends on our power infrastructure, to be honest, because matter movers would just be easier to an extent. There'd be less stuff to worry about, but they're very power intensive, right? And it's harder to kind of tell how well they're working. So that's all kind of up in the air. But I think I actually do want to use matter movers as much as possible, They're pretty cheap. I don't think I can make them in the self-craft, but if I remember, they're fairly cheap to make, and they can move items pretty fast. So definitely something I want to take note of and kind of look into doing. But all this talk about power is bringing me back to our current situation, which is we just don't have enough, right? I'm sending power and it's just not doing enough. So one of the things we need to look at doing and exploring is generating more power. And to do that, the game provides us with these Pyrothermic Generators right here. So I've built up a little bit of material, enough to build 4 Pyrothermic Generators. Now, these are going to kind of be our main source of power for a while, right? And the way they work is I just kind of place them by whatever I'm trying to power. And then that would in turn give... I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I think it's like 32 power per second at first with regular coal. Like if I just kind of do this, or let me get a hopper. Yeah, it's funny. I just did a couple years ago. Did a whole season of this game, and now I don't remember what anything, any of this stuff anymore. So if I throw this in here, what are we getting out of this? 11. I guess just 11. But anyway, I know the coal goes up to a certain amount, and that might just be all that's getting drawn out of here, which is why it's kind of just staying there. But we can essentially automate this exact process, right? We just throw a Pyrothermic Generator wherever we need power, and that'll kind of get us the supplemental power that we need. Because this is slowly starting to fill up now that that battery up there is filled up. And once that fills up, I think this will fill up too. Because if you guys remember the analogy I made in the last season, power in this game kind of flows like water, right? So it's always going to kind of go to the lowest point, or the thing at the end of the power line with the lowest amount of power. So I'd love to beef up this whole thing. And plus, once we kind of put another smelting setup somewhere over here, it'd be nice to just have it powered on its own, as opposed to having to route power all the way over there. So that's kind of the plan. I know I've been rambling for a little bit about this plan, so let's jump down to the iron and see about getting that all set up. All right, so down here you can see our iron setup right here. So, and you see we've got power routing down here. It kind of is what it is. What is this at? What depth? We're at negative 99. So I think a turret that's about 15 meters up, because the turrets have a 16 meter range, and that's in both directions, right? So if we kind of look at a turret here, if I just throw one down, right, you can see it has a range that way and a range that way. So what we want to do is make sure the end of one range is going to encompass whatever belt work we put over here. And now that I'm looking at things, I think we can kind of do this a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like maybe we can get rid of some stuff. We'll need that because we're gonna need that battery too, right? So let's look at moving this, right? Now there's 2 issues that I'm gonna have. Number 1, where am I gonna? I'm gonna have to power the battery at some point, which I guess is gonna have to happen somewhere in this area. Now these don't have any lenses on them, so they're limited to this. So we can only kind of hope that the are you getting power? Yeah, let's do that too. Should be getting power. There we go. So we can only kind of hope that the range of the turrets is going to encompass that and not drain the batteries in the process, right? So if this is 99, we need to go up 15. All right, so that's about 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slap that on there, throw another one of these down there, and now the only thing that should happen is this battery should start to fill up, which it looks like it's doing. Well, at least once this guy fills up. If I don't want to give him too much of my power. So now what I can just kind of look at, right, is where is that turret? I got to get these hotbars all set up. It's been a while, and the hotbars are crazy. So the general plan is just to kind of throw this guy right on the edge face and check out that range. See if that kind of encompasses what I want. So if we do E... Okay, so you see how the range is going to encompass this whole section. I think that's perfect. I think that's exactly what we need. So, now what I can do is put a hopper, of which I have right here. I can throw a hopper down. Let's see. I think we're just going to go up this same column, right? We'll do something like that. I'll just throw the hopper down right there. And then, now do I have the belts? I have 122 belts. So, we'll kind of see, right? Okay, power low. This power's low. I may have to give this some of my power so that I can get up to a certain level. I'm going to do this, go up to the surface, recharge, and come back down, and we'll finish this off and also make sure that we have a path all the way down for our belts. All right, so we've got the iron moving. All I did was I just literally bore a hole down the same, well, right off to the side of the same shaft that the power's going down. And I'm just having it run over this way, which we can all agree is much better than where it was before, right? So now comes the fun part. What we need to do, we need to get this thing smelting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that smelter down there. We're going to need to move and groove some power, but first I need to go grab some hoppers. A nice little trick that somebody told me in the comment section was you can self-craft these storage hoppers. The mini hoppers and logistics hoppers are interchangeable, and I think they both cost like 2 copper and 2 tin. So for 15 logistics hoppers or 30 copper, 30 tin, you can make a storage hopper. Now that's more expensive than, well, relatively speaking, that's more expensive than if you were to just go craft them at one of the stations here. But, you know, in a pinch, that would work just fine. So you can see, I'm just going to do 6, and you know what? I'm just going to plop one down right here so that I can just throw massive amounts of iron bars in there. I can take that and throw one right there, add only, remove only. And now we just come back and grab our bounty whenever we want. And that's kind of what I'm doing with all of these as I can. As I can upgrade, that's what I'm going to do. So I need to make more belts. I ran out of belts, but we're going to need to, oh, you know what? We're going to need to get power over to that smelter. So I'm going to reload this guy. And this is, I just run by, throw the stuff in whenever I want to. And this is a perfect candidate for automation because you just have like this will be 1-for-1 a machine that we make in the factory, right? Although we'll probably do it a little bit different to where maybe these guys are feeding the source hoppers faster because this is also like so prolific. But, you know, that's all stuff to be figured out later. But this is like, this machine will be replicated in there to the point where we'll always have belts. I want to always have tubes, matter movers, you know, kind of whatever. Maybe we don't have 500 every time, but we got some, you know. So we've got, let me see here. What row is this on? So we are on, let me see here. Z -64. So I spied with my little eye, I spied a coal deposit in here. And how big are you? Okay, so very small. How big are you? Even smaller. All right. Well, I know there's some like right under here, like this guy. Are you part of that same one? Yeah, you are. Okay. Well, I might be able to just tap into these guys right here. Oh, actually, you know what? They literally needs to go out here. This is the same line that we need to get to. So I have a few options, right? One thing I can do, so we're at 0. What is this at? If this is at -1, it'll be perfect. Oh my gosh, it's at -1. Okay, So what we can do is boom, that. Next, open this. Let's slap down some hoppers. Boom. I'm going to rotate this because I don't want... I want to put my own ore in there. And I'll throw the rest in the other hopper. But for now, that's fine. This will be remove only. And then I'm going to grab another one. Boom. Add only. So, the plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this as minimal maintenance necessary, right? I'm going to... Oh, crap. I need... Basically, I need a miner. I am going to throw kind of like a battery... No. This guy here. How am I going to do this? Something to the effect of like that. Oh, no. Easy. I'm going to do... Oh, wait. Let me think. Basically, I'm going to throw a miner like right here. It's going to be mining coal. It's going to output the coal to, I guess, right here. Or right here. I might have to do something stupid like this. Here, let me just go get the miner. It'll make more sense. So I want to essentially do something like this, right? We're going to put this miner down here. It's got no power. Boo-hoo, right? So something like this and this, right? And then what that will do is once I throw a little coal in there, this should power on, power the miner. This will be add only. This will be remove only. It's powering up the miner, and it's getting 11 power per second. That's fine. This will output into here. This will then feed into there, and it's like a self-fulfilling loop. And then what I can do is just beam the power that way, and boom, throw an organic lens on there. It's not great, but it'll start filling up that battery. That battery will eventually start to power this guy. Need more iron ore. That's plenty of iron ore. It just needs to get up to power, right? So that's one way of doing it because I don't have enough belts to do it any different. Yeah, so this will eventually just do its own thing, right? So let me go drop some stuff off real quick and gather a little material because we're going to need to do some more investigation and planning for this whole lithium trip. All right, so I did a little exploring to try to help us out, and I found some of these, right? So crystals are something that can help us. In fact, I probably need to go here and unlock. I've only got, oh, I got 26 now. I need, ooh, organic lenses are nice. I should be able to make another lens. I should be able to, oh, there we go. Emerald focusing lens, perfect. And I think that's kind of all for right now. So these lenses are awesome because they'll just increase your laser transmission speed by just a flat power per second. So these can do up to 16.2 now. Whereas the ones with just the organic ones can only do like 1.5, right? So that'll definitely help us for now. Like one thing I'm going to do right now is instead of this guy, I'm going to throw that guy on there. So that might be more than this can handle. This guy right here. Because he's only doing 11. So, but that'll at least help that whole process out. So now that we've got that all situated, let's go figure out like how we're going to do lithium. In fact, let me, you know what? No, we'll go find it because we got to plan. We got to do a little game planning, you know. We need to figure out how are we going to get down. How are we going to get our power down? Where even is it? We got to get some coordinates. We got to do all kinds of stuff. So luckily, it's not too far from our iron, so we can just go down our little lifts here. Oh, and this is a great example. That's a Minoc right there. And our gun, no wonder our gun isn't doing anything. It's not even on the battery. My gosh, what a rookie mistake. I need a better angle. Are you? There we go. So now we should see it. There we go. So it's shooting the Minox now. You can see both Minox gone. Boom, crisis averted. So that's the whole purpose of the gun. There's a couple ways you can get around that. If you use tubes, oh look, that's a diamond right up there. I'm gonna try to get up there. If you use tubes to move your stuff around, you will be protected from Minox, right? If you use matter movers, you're protected from Minox. And if you, what I like to do, if at all possible, is just get a lift to come down right, you know, like a cargo lift to come down right wherever the output for the miners are, and just have no belts at all. That's the fastest way, that's the most efficient way, that's the way I like to do it. So, let's orient ourselves. Boom. We've got our, in fact, if we use the hollow base, you can see where everything is, right? Okay, cool. Everything's cool. This is our stuff. Now if we just go right over here, just literally right here, there's iron. We come down here, and we've got a little series of caves. And boom, lithium. And this is, let's see. So 262,000 lithium. This is enough to kind of get us to the next stage. And really, if we want to get really technical, I can come down on this top face right here. There's absolutely no reason. You know, every little bit helps at this stage when we're just not rolling in infrastructure. So what I can do is just have a miner like right here, and have the power come straight into the miner. Don't even need a battery, and just have the output hopper right next to it, and then I can just come grab it by hand for the time being. So now I need to figure out where is this. So this is 79 negative 112. Let me, if I don't write that down, I will forget. 79 negative 112. X, Y. All right, so let's run back to the surface and see where does that fall on our base with everything else. All right, so we're kind of on the hunt here. 79, so right here. And then negative 112 is out in this direction. So let's kind of dig ourselves a hole here. This is luckily not as big of a deal as you might think, because we're not that far off our... Oh, as long as we don't die. Stay alive! Stay alive! Alright, well, that only hurt a little bit. Alright, 79, negative 112. Where is that? Like right here? Ooh. Let's do that number. Okay, so right here. That's where it needs to go down. Right there. So, the unfortunate part is we're going to have to bridge this like ourselves. Meaning we gotta do this. We gotta run all of our stuff over there with just basic transmitters, which sucks. Because they've only got a range of 32. Let's kind of build a little bridge here. Because I wanna do it as straight as possible, right? Which means we're gonna have to bore out a hole here. And you know, this is kind of just the name of the game. If you've never played this, this is kind of just what you do, you know? Let's do that. Let's kind of see where we come out. Because we got a couple options for how to route the power. So, we're really just kind of seeing. So, you can already tell, like, we've got... So, we're at this... Ooh. Ooh. I think I'm just going to do this. Look at that. Just kidding. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. Let's see where that goes. This is actually really nice because we're already here. Like we've already done this. We already made this happen. And then I'm just going to plop another one down. I assume that's enough. Did I go like one too far? Oh no, we're good. Okay. So now it's literally just a matter of following that down. And digging a hole without dying, right? And so the way I'm going to do this, and you can see, because things haven't rendered, there's our lift. That's the bottom of our lift right there. So I'm just going to excavate out these 2 holes. And whenever I see kind of like this guy like run out or end the beam, I'm going to just, you know, also make sure that I'm not going to fall. I'm just going to throw another beam down. And sometimes it can be a little hard to tell, you know. Because the last thing you want to do is remove a block and then find yourself falling to your death, right? Okay, so we're still impacting. Fine. All right, see, like this is a hole. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna fall, but I'm gonna try to catch myself. Now this is kind of also where the interesting part comes in, right? So, where is this hole? Where's my? Is it over here? The beam's right there. Okay, so let's take a little look-see. All right, so it's a little hard to judge. So I'm just going to overcompensate, and I think that's fine. Right? It's getting power, so that's good. Now, this is the part that sucks. We're going straight into a big old tin vein, right? Where we need to go is right over here. So I guess what I need to do is just ping known and kind of see if I can figure out how it runs. So it doesn't run too far. I think the best case, I've only got a limited amount of these, but you do what you got to do, you know. I think I'm just going to come over here, kind of stay in line with it. And this is just literally an arbitrary location. I have no idea if this is good or not. We're going to kind of find out, and if it's not good, then we'll go from there, you know. And I need to go, you know, I didn't get the depth. So that kind of sucks. In fact, let me go get the depth. Okay, so I've just dug a little channel. We're at negative 121, right? And we're on the negative 12 axis. So I'm expecting to come in this way, right? And I still didn't make a, I forgot to make a ore extractor. So we'll have to go do that too before we're fully set up. So let's finish this digging. You know, something else I want to do as I'm coming up here. I kind of want to make sure... Well, I guess we could check the battery. I don't know if I can see the battery from here. Is that empty? Yeah, I kind of want to make sure that this guy... Oh, we only got 2, though. Well, I can make a third one. So we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I only need 3. I want to make sure that the infrastructure that's powering that battery is getting enough power to handle all of the stuff, right? So I'm going to actually upgrade that to an emerald lens. This is coming straight off the CPH, so that's no issue, right? Let's throw a diamond boy on there. Let's throw a diamond boy on here. See if I can reach that one. I love how far you can reach things in this game. So that should, in all likelihood, be enough to keep this battery fully charged up. And yeah, it's good. And you can already see, too, our iron. Now that we put on that stronger lens, this guy, super full. Iron, smelting. So that is huge, right? What am I doing? And we need to get back down here and set up that lithium. All right, so now it's just a matter of putting this down and putting the storage down. I'm actually going to put 2 of them. So that way, and a drill motor. So now we just wait, right? Now we come down every so often and just grab, right? There's already lithium ore. We'll be able to grab 200 plus at a time. And that's kind of, that's good enough for right now. We don't have the power infrastructure, mostly the power infrastructure, to do anything with automating lithium or anything else for that matter. So we're going to be forced to kind of rely on being hand-fed for the time being. All right, guys. Well, on that note, I think I'm going to call it an episode right here. We got kind of a lot of things, a lot of big things done. We're auto smelting iron. Now, of course, not the greatest setup logistically, but the fact that is happening is huge. You know, we're plussing up hoppers, which is going to allow us to make more and more things, you know, more gears, more lightweight machine housings. We're able to smelt more, or at least get more ore, less downtime for our smelters because we have somewhere bigger for them to offload their bars. You know, we did a little tour. We kind of got a glimpse at what we're going to do with the base. And most importantly, and the biggest bottleneck at this level is we at least have lithium mining. Obviously, not super fast, not the most ideal setup, but that'll allow us, you know, when we run up here and we toss the lithium ore in there and we get our lithium bars, we're going to need to make one of these guys, a lithium coil charger. But I'm probably going to save that for the next episode, or because it's really simple, I'm just going to make it and start building up lithium coils, charged lithium coils, so that way we can kind of just do stuff in the next episode. Because if we look specifically at the power, charged lithium coils for power storage blocks, power transmission, laser energy transmitters, charged lithium coils. So those are the bottleneck for our power infrastructure. So now that we even have that, you know, maybe we'll plop down Spiderbot somewhere. Maybe we'll build him off over here. Kind of build him a little platform where he's like front and center. I want to make this level as barren as possible. I kind of just don't want... I only want this building over here to kind of be what you see. You know, I want like the smelting area down into the mines, so to speak. And, you know, maybe we'll come up here later in the game. Because for now, we're going to have to use pyrothermics. But maybe we'll come up here and open up holes and, you know, beam down solar panels and stuff that are inset. So kind of just so you don't see it, but that there's a lot still going on. So lots of stuff planned for the future. And in the next episode, hopefully we can also get these guys, super construction paste grinders, going, because kind of need it. I think, I mean, I could hypothetically use these blocks as well. I believe. Yeah, but I've only got one hopper. So that's another way that we can get some construction paste going, because we will need construction paste for all of the custom or the non-standard blocks for our designs and stuff. So again, you guys, thank you so much. Thanks for sticking around. For those of you that have been here for a while, thanks for sticking around for so long, pushing me over. I'm over halfway to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and that's all because of you guys. And if you're here at the end, you know, you guys are the real ones. You guys are the ones that, you know, really pushing the stats of this channel up, and this channel's growth and success is a testament more to you guys than it is to me. So on that note, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.